War is a very sad picture no matter how one looks at it. But sometimes it takes sadness to make one realize how much beauty there was in the first place. This is one of the most enlightening discoveries of Boni Escoda in his book, Wars of Asia, The Rape of Manila. Let's watch. Picture this. Manila before, during and after the Second World War. These are the striking images Jose Maria Bonifacio Escoda painted in his book entitled Warsaw of Asia, The Rape of Manila.
Wars of Asia was really how MacArthur, General Douglas MacArthur, described Manila after the war. He said, Manila is the Wars of Asia. We were the second most destroyed city in the world during the World War II. Manila was completely paralyzed, economically, politically, and everything was paralyzed after the war.
Warsaw of Asia is the only World War II Manila book with the most number of pictures and the most number of interviews. The 380-page paperback has 175 pictures, majority of which were unpublished.
How beautiful Manila was, how peaceful the citizens were. No? Because I wanted to show the world that Manila was the pearl of the Orient, and the war destroyed it. And we have lost a lot of good citizens and serve as models. The only place in Asia where the East met the West during the time.
The book also sheds light to this dark phase in Manila's history through hundreds of untold stories.
Whenever the Americans, sorry to say, would write about the Battle of Manila or any excerpt about it, the guerrillas were just props. We're just behind. I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional or due to lack of research or what, but they did not show the great contributions of our brave guerrillas who were actually in the front lines in Manila, like in Intramuros. The people saw it.
It was a painful process to write the book because wounds had to be reopened. 76 war veterans and survivors took it as a part of their healing process by talking out their pain.
I just couldn't imagine the pain they suffered. It's not a joke. That's why, as much as possible, I wanted more and more photographs of the victims, than the gruesome scenes. So that's why I wanted to tell the world, hey, these are not statistics. These are people. They have faces, they had families, they had dreams, they have a nice culture. Some people did not know what happened at the other side of the river. So, effectively sa kanila, they thought the worst happened to them. When this book came out, they learned others had suffered more.
The book also contains extensive researches of published documents. It is a good read for those searching for answers on the gray areas or blind spots of World War II in Manila.
Bakit na nagkaroon ng gera? Bakit na-involve ang Philippines? Bakit na ganito? And they are digging, and I hope that my book, I was able to answer even a little bit of their questions. They will know that once upon a time, there were people who were good and unselfish, who were willing to risk their lives to endure the torture, terrible tortures that they underwent, rather than divulge the names of others. So they were really good to the point of dying for other people. They really risked their lives. Others had 7 children. They were young men, idealistic, they had ambitions like you and me.
Jose Maria Escoda had never written a book in his life until Warsaw of Asia. The mission was burning strong within, and it took him 6 years to finish the book.
It would have been a great pain not to write about it. Although at times I wanted to give up already, especially if one publisher turned it down and I see they were not interested in doing something. That was really painful. But I knew, I was really positive I will be able to do it. And I know it. I know the importance of it. And I know these people who were killed will help me a lot. I'm really praying. Really.
Escoda counts as his inspiration those who suffered and died in the war. Some of his research materials were actually his mother's collection.
Some of these events were in my heart long time ago. You know? The war was always with my mother, and she kept on telling us about her experiences during the war and before the war.
Warsaw of Asia was finally launched last December, coinciding with the 59th anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. It served as a reunion of Manila Holocaust survivors, spearheaded by Memorare Manila 1945 Foundation. It has managed to reach other parts of the globe.
Some Filipinos come here, or some of the relatives are here. They will even buy it. There was even one who bought 20, 30, and after this, he sent it to his relatives in Spain and in United States. They knew the importance of it. They felt proud that it was their duty to give away these books to their children, to their nephews, and etc., so that they will know Manila and about them.
Escoda is now preparing for the second printing. It will be a much improved version, he said, containing more news stories that wasn't mentioned in the first edition.
They are Filipinos, and they should know the past so that they can feel prouder. Hey, we Filipinos, we were brave, and we can become like those people, those gallant people during the time. You had great grand ancestors who were great, who were willing to die, willing to suffer just for you to live in a decent country. People who had risked their lives for you to have freedom. We should honor them. We should give the proper honor to those people who deserve it, who saw the past.
Jose Maria Bonifacio Escoda leaves us with these haunting lines from his opus, Warsaw of Asia, The Rape of Manila.
The war is the most bloody, most senseless conflict of man versus man. It is the product of man's basic, ruthless animal instincts, short-sightedness for survival, misuse of intellect, and oppression by the dark forces. War, as history shows, is a byproduct of man's arrogance, pride, insecurity, and greed.
Now, so many books have been written about our country's historical events, but every time a new one comes out, there is always a new fact that illuminates some of the gray areas that occupy our past and, of course, our present.
And this is why, Chingay, like books like Warsaw of Asia is always a welcome contribution to Philippine historical literature.
I definitely agree. And with that, we end today's Tuesday edition of the Global Filipino.
Do join us again tomorrow here on your only link to the Philippines and the rest of the world.
In the meantime, we'll leave you with fine products from Moradas Handicrafts. Until then, mabuhay sa inyong lahat.